It's always a little bit suspenseful coming into a new role. I took over Maggie's, and then Jason took over Becca, who was Maggie's assistant at the time. I know I had some big shoes to fill, though. People love Maggie here.
She's someone I'm sure that's very missed here, and hopefully we can help, fill in some of that. This is definitely a gym that has a large demographic of people. We have equipment and classes and aqua classes as well that can accommodate people from every age group and also within every ability level, and our equipment is pretty versatile.
One of our newest pieces of equipment is the Smart Balance. It does a Romberg quotient score, which tells us where you might be more likely to fall.
We do balance assessments, and these are offered every day during the week. The whole premise of that, the Smart Balance unit, is to help people, give them resources to use to have as good a balance as possible.
We did just purchase a stretch cage. Looks really complicated, but once you get on there and you start to look at the diagrams, you can totally understand. It's pretty easy to read. We were fortunate enough to receive an ARPA grant. With that, it allowed for some of the new equipment and the saltwater pool project. I was asked what was best, meaning bromine, chlorine. I happen to be in the know, so I said, well, it would first be like chlorine, then bromine, and then saltwater. And then everybody's eyes sort of like lit up and said, well, let's research that. So we did, and then finding that it was so much better for the environment, it was going to be a lot more cost effective for the center dramatically. We shut down in December and we drained the pool, and then we demoed it, which seemed to be probably the longest process. After we demoed, then we did the resurfacing, and once the resurfacing was done, we then moved to the equipment and worked on the chemical controller and all of the things that we needed for that transition. And then after that, we waited for it to cure, which took about close to 30 days. And now that that has happened, then we dropped the salt and brushed and brushed and brushed, dropped and brushed, and then lo and behold, it transitions by itself. It works its way through the system, and in about 30 days, you have salt water. With any luck, maybe we drop 2 bags of salt a month. So it's fantastic in terms of being cost effective, less manpower, less chemicals. We've got a chemical control reader that goes right to our app. No more guesswork. As long as it's well maintained, we shouldn't have to go back and do anything for at least, my hope would be 15, 20 years. When you think senior center, you tend to think, for lack of a better term, like geriatric, if you will. And I was so pleasantly surprised that there are some 80-year-olds that are in here doing push-ups, and there are some people that are doing push-ups against the wall, and that's okay. It has been fantastic. They have a lot of love, a lot of energy.
I think that the people that work with anybody of a special population are in it for the right reasons. I enjoy the older population just because you're working with people with a wealth of knowledge and experience, and you also have something to offer them as a fitness professional.